like to start off with introducing yourself, please, telling us your name and your role in the film, The Adventures of Sleepy the Magical Bear. Thank you.
Oh, that's cool. My name's Ric Gibbs, and I'm a graphic designer. And I've been working on all sorts of backgrounds and stills backgrounds for the film. And it's working in sort of Photoshop, taking sort of multiple sort of images and that and comping together and all that sort of thing. And then that sort of moved on, over the time I've been working on it, to designing and producing a series of promotional posters for it for online, and hopefully for digital billboards around the UK, I think. So that's kind of it. What I've been doing.
That doesn't sound kind of it to me. I've heard that you have been really instrumental in your graphic designing. Is that what is that what you call yourself then, a graphic designer?
Yes, yeah. Graphic designer. Well, that's very nice to hear. Sort of
instrumental. No, I've heard great things about you. David said to me that you've been really instrumental. So I have no idea about this world. So can you talk to me a bit about how I have seen some of the film, and it is incredible how it just from how it's been lifted from the book. And so can you just talk me through about some of you, like a bit about your process, about how you go about, how do you even start?
Well, it starts with sort of series of images and that, and obviously David has sent me images from the book, so I get a feeling for the illustrations and things like that.
Okay.
And then it's been taking basically screen grabs from the film, which I sort of, I suppose, doctor in a way, and build in other elements. If you take like a scene like in the fruit shop, which was quite an epic to do, is taking all sorts of different images for the pieces of fruit, the table, the floor, all that bit, and making it into a sort of 3D, what looks like a 3D environment for the animation and live action to be put against. So it's taking all of that sort of thing, and David wanted to sort of create this sort of magical other world, sort of fruit, different colors and all sorts of mad stuff going on. So through sort of working with like sort of Photoshop and things like that, I sort of twisted colors and just sort of produced this sort of otherworldly feel for these backgrounds. And it's sort of developing on from there to sort of create the overall style for it, I suppose. And sort of repeating that across different backgrounds and what have you for the various situations that Sleepy and all the characters find themselves in.
Absolutely. So do you tend to use Photoshop is that your software that you mostly use?
It's one of the softwares. It's one which it's great. I mean, it's a wonderful piece of software. I've been using it for years, and you can really play with it. There are some things that are just practical things, like sort of retouching a face or something like that you need to do. But then you can get into like the sort of, like with the posters, sort of David sort of briefed me on the sort of rough idea for the posters and just sort of look, go for it. I was like, cool. So I went for it. and it just creates, you just sort of let things happen. Really have a bit of an idea, because obviously you've got shapes that you need to work within, like a screen. So it's like, right, okay, we need main focus for this, and then things going on. So it's just making it very, very sort of visually impactful. So it's a wonderful piece of software.
Amazing.
Been working in that for years.
Do you find that because I'm a song, I've written some of the songs in Sleepy, and The Adventures of Sleepy the Magical Bear, I should say. And and so I know that I have to go into the world of it to like create the song sometimes. Or like sometimes it takes me like a few edits to do it before I get it right. Is that the case with you? Do you feel like you have to do it a few times, or do you just get it right?
Yes, sometimes you've got a sort of image in your head, and you just know that, right, okay, you just go bang straight for it, and it's like you look at it and you think that works, and maybe like the odd little tweak and that, you know. But then sometimes you think, oh, we'll try this, you know, and you just sort of end up playing around with it. And quite a few times I'll sort of put it to one side. I'll think, oh, that's looking okay. Come back, look at it and go, you know what, that's rubbish. You know, and just you do. It's the same as yourself as a, you know, musician, writer, and that is you need to get into that space, as it were, and sort of imagine yourself in there, and, you know, what you're looking at and what you're seeing, and also, you know, being aware of, you know, people who are, you know, going to be seeing this, and just sort of thinking, well, you know, what do they want to see, and, you know, what's going to sort of let them go, oh wow, you know, sort of thing, or, you know, that's so it. Sometimes when you're lucky, it just goes bang straight away. You're like, yeah, that works. And sometimes it's like you need to really sort of, you know, work your way through it and that, and be very. I mean, I'm super critical of myself in what I do. You know, some things I look at and go, oh no, please don't show anybody that. And people see it and they go, my goodness, that looks amazing. And I'm like, oh, okay then. You know,
I hear you, Rick. I hear you. I'm the same. So I've, in the songs that I've written, when I listen, I'm singing them as well. And when I listen back to them now, because it was a couple of years ago now, almost 3, wasn't it? So I listen back to them and I'm like going, oh, I can sing that so much better now.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I do know what you mean. It's like, I mean, I sort of look at work that I've done in the past. I mean, other than, you know, for Sleepy and that, and I look at it now and I think, oh, what were you doing? You know, but it is what it is.
No, exactly. It's just, it's other people won't see it that way, like you said. No. So I look at your work and go, it's incredible, which I have done in some of the scenes. I thought, wow, it's a world that I you know, it's new to me. So for me, this is amazing. But when it's yourself, you kind of go, oh, you're worse inner critic, isn't it? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a definite a creative trait, and to a certain extent, I think you have to have that.
Yes,
you know, I mean,
to grow.
I know so many creative people in all sorts of different worlds, and that within the creative sort of thing, and they're all super critical of, well, what it's, you know, they say, oh, that's rubbish, you know, like, no, it isn't. You know, and it is good to have that, because it just sort of keeps you going, as it were.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Do you have a favorite, like a favorite scene that you worked on, or was it the posters?
I really enjoyed doing the posters. You know, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the other stuff as well, but there was something about those where it's like, because I mean, David says, just do what you want. You know, we had the basic sort of scenes of, I think there was like a sort of there's the, you know, pear tree house, and sort of sent the screenshots over, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, you know, but then you sort of want to make it sort of more, you know, so with various effects and that, and I must admit, when I was sort of doing them, particularly, you know, the sort of first one, which was just a sort of swoosh thing, like coming out of space or something or other. And I was a bit like, oh, you know, should I send this? You know, is this right? You know, but then it's kind of like, oh, you know what? You know, let's go for it. Press the button, and came back and said, that is just what we want. And I was just like, wow. That was kind of like it gave me the confidence then, if you like, to sort of, okay, right, I'll just go with it. You know,
absolutely.
You know, go with it. But I think I do like the pear tree house one. I love the sort of, there's quite some nice moody sort of colours in that. But there's the one where it's the rocks are sort of flying.
Yes.
And I played around with that quite a bit, you know. So and I was pleased with the result of that. I'm pleased with the result of all of them, to be honest.
Yeah, it does look amazing. It really does.
And I did the the fruit shop. It was I mean, it turned out great. It went through a few stages of like, oh no, that's, and I couldn't quite work out what was going wrong, but then it was like, yeah, sorted it, you know. So and getting this crazy color world going on, you know, it's like, you know, pretty mad really.
It's exciting though, isn't it? It's like when you've got freedom to go a bit further, it's like it's quite nice.
Yeah, it is, and it's been really nice, you know, working with David.
Would you like to do more of it, like more films?
I'd love to, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, sort of, you know, David may have plans because there's other books in the series. You know?
Yes.
And it's like, well, you know, how about this one? You know, it's like, I'd love to. You know, it's, you know, this is the first one. It's like, okay, that was good. That was great. How about, you know, we just sort of take it up a notch. You know, everything everything moves on. You know, it's
absolutely.
That was then. This is now. It's like, you know, it's. No, it's exciting. Yeah.
No, it is really exciting. I can't wait to see it all, and I can't wait to hopefully one day meet you. You never know. Fingers crossed.
No, a big launch or whatever. I don't know. It would be good.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me today and let me get into your world, which is amazing.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.